Hako. What's the best team? What's the best character? What's the best team? Is this team good? I've heard that this team is bad. I've heard that this team is good. Who do you think is the strongest character? Who would win in a fist fight? What if it's bare knuckles? What if one of them is drunk? Hello everybody, welcome into the channel. So, I've been getting the question a lot, like what do I think the strongest team is? Now, saying what team is the absolute strongest is kind of simple in this case. In Zenless Zone Zero as it is currently, the strongest team is undisputedly the strongest. But I thought, let's make it a little bit interesting. What's the strongest? What's the second strongest? What's the third strongest? And I've done some extensive testing just to like find this out. Now, is this gonna be 100% accurate and like is my word like God's word? No. But from my testing and what I can tell and what my little dude brain can come up with, I'm pretty confident that these are right now the three strongest teams in the game. Let's take a... You know what? I was gonna start at 1, but that's stupid. Let's work our way up. So let's start with team number 3. So the third strongest team in the game is Grace, Anby, and
Headmaid Rena at your service.
Now this team is absolutely freaking cracked. And it's a very unconventional team because as you might be able to tell, it's spearheaded by Grace, which is kind of your carry in the team. And normally your carry is an attacker, but not in this case. In this case, it's Grace. And Grace is actually an electric anomaly character. And as you know, if you watched any of my previous videos, anomaly characters are super good at building up whichever element they are connected to, as well as debuffing the enemy. And Grace is a freaking goddess at inflicting shock on enemy, which is the affliction that enemies get when they've been dealt enough electric damage. Now this team has Grace as the main carry, but the supporting cast is not to be scoffed at and is not to be forgotten. Anby is absolutely freaking cracked as well. It's a free unit we get. And she's absolutely freaking amazing. She herself deals a lot of stun damage, and she also deals a lot of electric damage. And depending on how many cinemas you have of her, she also like buffs her electric allies. And then you have Rena. Rena is absolutely freaking cracked. I know some people in my community that has gotten Rena as their first 5-star, and they were disheartened, and I'm like, no. Do not be disheartened in the least. You pulled an amazing unit. Not only does she look like a T-Rex when she flies around, she is also freaking cracked. She is the only character in the game that can pass down the penetration attribute or stat. So a high penetration rate on Rena is absolutely amazing, and she gives that to her allies. She also specifically buffs electric damage done by her allies, which makes her even more insane on full electric team like this. Do not sleep on Rena. Rena is absolutely amazing. In my opinion, this is the third strongest team in the game currently. Next up, we have the second strongest team in the game right now.
I'll help you win. The lunch is on you.
Is Nekomata, Piper,
Let's take a break. Good
and
day,
Lucy.
Proxy.
Nekomata, Piper, and Lucy. Now this team was the team that like took me the longest to crack, because Nekomata, I got Nekomata pretty early. She was one of my first 5-stars. Now I had some trouble actually getting a team to work with her. She is part of the Cunning Hares, and I didn't feel that like the other Cunning Hare people were necessarily super good in a team with her. I tried to get Lucy in a team with her. And I was kind of sleeping on Piper because she was the last 4-star that I got. But when I finally got her, I'm like, oh my freaking god. Do not do like I do and sleep on Piper. Piper is absolutely crazy. She is one of the best 4-star units in the game. She is one of 2 anomaly units out currently. And she's anomaly physical. Now, you might not understand why that is so freaking cracked when it comes to Nekomata. But if you know how her skills work, you understand. Nekomata gains a big buff for her EX skill for every time an enemy is afflicted by assault, which is a stat that gets afflicted when an enemy has suffered enough physical damage. So having an anomaly physical character together with Nekomata is absolutely insane. Piper inflicts so much assault, and assault might be the very best status ailment, status affliction, anomaly affliction, whatever it's calling this, in the game. It just takes a giant chunk of the enemy's HP and then just leaves. It just walks out of the door with that big chunk. And then he just leaves, refuses to elaborate. Boom, it just leaves. And so Nekomata and Piper are basically meant to go together. And then that gives you access to Lucy. Because Lucy is the Sons of Caledon, which is Piper's faction, only has 2 units, 2 4-star units. But it is possibly the best 4-star units in the game. Is Lucy and Piper. And Lucy is absolutely freaking cracked. Lucy is amazing. Lucy sends out pigs to attack her enemies, and she also buffs the attack of everybody on the team, including her pigs. And her pigs actually get her crit rate and crit damage, and that's actually freaking insane. Lucy is a super versatile support. While all other supports buffs attack and a certain element, Lucy just buffs attack. Boom, straight off. So as long as you can get the passives to work in a team, Lucy can always fit in that team. And she should always fit in that team. Especially if you have Kaboom the Cannon, I think it's called. It's the pig W engine that's made for Lucy. That is just amazing. She becomes the best support in the game with it. And for number 1. Now, let me ask you, dear viewer, what do you think that the absolute best team in the game currently is? And I mean to say there is not a single little wiggle for debate there. The absolute best team in the game right now is Ellen.
Touch my tail, and now.
Sokomata. Ready! No, Sokagu, not Sokomata. Sokagu. And
I'm at your disposal.
Lycan. Now, this team is absolutely freaking insane, and nothing else comes close. Nothing else comes close. If you've been lucky enough to get these 3 units, you are gonna have a breeze through all current content in the game. Now, these units complement each other like a way that none of the other units do. They are absolutely busted. So, the main carry of the squad is Ellen. She's an attack ice character, and she's the first event banner character. And she really earns her place as the number 1 DPS of the game currently. Possibly until Miyabi comes out, we'll see. But Ellen is super fast-paced, super high damage, and she has quite a good area of attack on her abilities. She gets around the battlefield super quick. She applies a hell of a lot of ice build-up, and she's just insane. And she gets to be this insane a lot thanks to her team that is like tailor-made for her. You have Sokaku, which is a 5-star, posing as a 4-star. To just be clear, she is a 4-star. But using her, she feels like a 5-star. Sokaku is absolutely freaking amazing. She's counts as a buffer, she counts as a support. But just dumbing her down to support does not do this amazing character justice. Sokagu is broken. She increases the attack of your entire team, and she increases the ice damage dealt by your entire team. Now, this includes herself. And like just as a proof of like how insane she is, her ultimate is nothing like any other support's ultimate. Instead of like buffing her team, she buffs her team and herself, and like she puts on this really cool mask and just goes crazy. She deals so much damage. The trick to using Sokagu is building up enough for the Frostfire underneath her portrait. When you have 3 stacks, you hold in her skill and you then absorb the 3 stacks and turns it into this very long-lasting buff for your entire team. It's absolutely busted. Absolutely busted. And she's absolutely amazing. And she can use her energy by like spamming her skill button. She will then fan out different ice, gusts of icy wind, it almost looks like. And they cover a wide area, they hit stuff behind your enemies, it's so good. Lycon, possibly the best stun character in the game, is just freaking amazing and complements this team so well. When he hits stunned enemies, he makes those enemies take 35% more ice damage. So this on top of Sokagu boosting ice damage done by your team, and you have the queen of ice damage in Ellen, it just becomes silly. Like, it's silly how well this team works. And yeah, it's just insane. If you have these units, you have the best units in the game. Now, I would say the first spot is not up for debate. The third spot, which is the Grace team, maybe a more deserving team of that would be Soldier. Soldier 11 together with Lucy and maybe Colina. Maybe. I don't have Soldier 11, so my testing with her is limited to like a friend letting me borrow their account to play around, and she feels good. She doesn't feel as good as these teams, although I could be wrong on that one. I could be wrong. As for the second spot, I'm pretty sure that belongs to Nekomata, and that's with the game lacking a support that clearly like buffs physical. I think Nekomata's team could very much be a team that gets buffed the more units we get, the like better fitting units for a Nekomata team we get. Honorary mention goes out to Colida, Ben, and Lucy. That's also a very freaking good team, and I'm almost tempted at putting them as number 3, but I chose to go with the Grace team. Colida is absolutely amazing, absolutely fun, absolutely amazing fun. My main gripe with that team is that it takes a stun character and takes a defense character, and like just for Colida to work at 100% capacity, you need to slot in 2 slots, and right now I do not feel like the game needs the defense slot. Although maybe Colida, Ben, and Soldier would be the optimal team of dreams, although I do believe that Lucy works better with Soldier. But yeah, honorable mention to the Colida teams, and also Soldier, who requires more testing. But this, after the game having been out for 1 week, I believe these are the strongest teams. Number 1, you have the Ellen, Sokaku, Lycon. Number 2, you have Nekomata, Piper, and Lucy. And on 3rd place, you have Grace, Rena, and Anby. Now, do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments. And thank you so much for watching, everybody, and until next time, Hako out.